It's everyday party. I don't know.
I went viral, all of my stock sold out, and then I was like, this is it.
I built like 20 different startups.
At the end of the day, just one thing has to work.
Actually, in finance, it's more like 9 to 9, 9 to midnight, I don't know. And I think it's more fulfilling to build your own thing.
Did you ever dream of working anywhere in the world but didn't know where to start? Hi, I'm Jojo and I've been a digital nomad for the last 3 years. But in the beginning, I didn't have nobody to ask for help or know others that were living this kind of lifestyle. The only thing that helped me along the way were videos like this. I remember feeling trapped in the same routine, waking up, commuting, working long hours, and coming home exhausted. And that's why now it's my passion and mission to guide you towards a digital nomad lifestyle and help you build a life of freedom designed around who you really are. Today, we're diving in the world of digital nomads at BeWork, a co-working space nearby. I'll be interviewing other digital nomads to share their stories and their tips and tricks that you can take action today so that you get closer to your own true life. Right, today we're going to BeWork. It's a co-working space where I used to work a lot. And this time we don't have to ask for permission because they have a common area in the middle where we can just go and sit. So let's see if we can find any digital nomads that we can interview. In all fairness, I'm very nervous. I don't know why. I always get nervous when I have to ask people, but we have to do it for you, right? What's up, Musa? What's up, guys? Nice to see you. Yeah, long time no see.
Yeah, long time no see.
How are you? Very good. How are you guys? Good. Suki. Who are you and what do you do?
I'm Alex. I'm blockchain developer, and currently I'm do strategic game, mobile game.
Interesting. Where are you from?
Ukraine.
And what made you come to Bali?
It was my dream, come back to Bali and become a digital nomad.
And why did you specifically choose to work on a blockchain?
In 2017, it was crypto boom. I'm deep dive into this boom, and it changed my mind and changed my life. Yeah, I start making money.
How much can somebody that works into blockchain, how much can they earn approximately?
I think it depends of so many ways. I know people who makes $1,000, I think.
But is that 1,000 per day, per month?
I don't know. He just live in my villa, and it's super super rich.
All right. Okay. So there's a big opportunity there too.
Yeah.
And is it something you would recommend other people get into?
I recommend deep dive in tech because for me it's easiest way, and tech people always need, I think.
So would you say if somebody wants to become a digital nomad, the best way is to get into tech in general?
I think yes. And also I understand if like more you understand in tech, so like you become top of the and other people who don't understand the tech, and it's like your adventure.
Okay, how did you get into tech? Did you study this?
I started from my university. I learned from computer science, but actually like I buy a book about Bitcoin. I read it and I get my first job.
Oh, so actually you wouldn't say people need to go to university to do the same what you're doing?
Yes.
Interesting. And how do you say living in Bali is like? Like, is it expensive? Like, how does your normal day look like?
It's everyday party. I don't know, every day. Yeah, actually, I broke my relationship. I heard that everyone broke relationship in Bali. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and I start new life, and yeah.
Okay, so you party every day?
Oh, almost.
Almost. And how do you balance that with your work?
Not so good, actually.
But you're not going broke, right?
Yeah, actually, I think that I can be left from my job, maybe.
Okay. And like, what made you make the leap? Because a lot of people maybe have the skill, but still they're scared to go to a place like Bali.
Actually, I think the Bali is the best place for living like digital nomad. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. And how do you make friends here?
I built Ukrainian community here, so yeah, a lot of Ukrainian people, and I don't know, in Bali, a lot of interesting people, and these people, for me personally, it's people like little bit top of me, and it's drive me to like express myself, like so
expand and become better.
Yeah, become better and better. So it's really important thing in Bali. Yeah.
Nice. And how can people get in contact with you?
You can just subscribe in Instagram, Serbin off.
Hey, by the way, if you're interested in learning how you can make money as a digital nomad, I have a free resource for you in the link in the description. Hey, who are you and what do you do?
I'm Ruby and I make high converting ads for e-com brands.
Whoa, interesting. I've never heard people do that before. Could you explain a little bit more what it is?
Yeah, basically create a video with my creators and then give it to the brand and they run it on Meta.
Yeah, because I can imagine like content is the most important thing at this moment. That's why we're making content for the people here. But content is the thing that multiplies, that can make more revenue. How did you get started with this?
I started with with my own brand on TikTok.
Wow. Could you tell us a little bit more about that TikTok journey?
Yeah, it was crazy. It was back in 2021. I made a couple videos. I went viral. All of my stock sold out. And then I was like, this is it.
So wait, you went viral with the content you were posting and that brought all your sales?
Yeah, all organic.
Wow. Why did you decide to pivot into what you're doing right now?
Because I realized that running a brand, I didn't like it as much, but what I loved was the creative.
How did you learn how to make videos that go viral? I imagine you didn't go to university to learn that.
I wish, but what I'm always very good at is putting myself in the position of other people, really identifying with their problems and their needs, and that is how I created my first viral video.
How did you know that you could then make money? Because I see so many people go viral, but they're not earning nothing with that.
So that was one big problem for me as well. Millions of people were watching my videos, and I was generating sales, but then when you want to sell that going viral formula to other brands, that's harder. So that's why I eventually went into paid ads.
What would you recommend somebody like me or like somebody that's here watching that wants to make more content? Like what would you recommend is their starting point to get better at making content that would generate sales?
Start with who are you making content for and why, and then just go from there.
Interesting, because I think most people would just start making content without even thinking for who it is. And how do you find out what they want?
A very good place to look at is at your competitors, like people that are doing what you want to do, and just see how are they messaging, what are they saying, which topics do you see coming back, and then go and sit with yourself and look at it from their perspective, like is that content helping them? Because of course you want to go viral because it's nice to go viral, but you also want to recreate the formula that made you go viral.
And how much money can somebody approximately make instead of just making content that is going viral on TikTok or whatever? If you use it in a business perspective, like how much could you make with that?
Yeah, my answer remains the same. It's limitless, because what I do with my clients is I ask them for a percentage of the ad spend. And that is great because then you have a shared goal. Their ad spend or their revenue goes up because of your good creatives. So you are incentivized to make good creatives. They get more, and then you also get more.
Wow, and how much money would those ads or content that you make generate? Like, do you have a ballpark for us?
Yeah, there are creatives that do like 100K in a month, or like 300K or 500K in their lifespan. So if you
from one video?
Just from one video.
Wow.
So if you get 10%.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And it's so interesting that we live in a day and age where content can make money. Like, I think that's just mind-blowing. But then to utilize it in a way where it can like multiply so many times, I think that's really smart. And like, how would you recommend if somebody wants to do something similar? How do they find their first client?
The funny thing is clients are everywhere. Start with a small client so you can build your trust. And then the biggest tip I have is educate. Educate, adapt, educate and adapt. And then you will start getting higher clients, like higher paying clients.
And maybe then why you are in Bali? Like, what made you want to come then to Bali?
Like-minded people, because there's a lot of entrepreneurs. And I always thought like, yeah, how true is it really? But now that I've been living here for a while, I know it's like, there's nothing.
Can you walk us through like how a day in your life looks like?
I'm a really morning person, so I love mornings. So I wake up at 5 and then I come to the co-working at around like 5:45, 6.
5:45 in the morning?
5:45. I love it because then it's quiet and then the sun rises, nice. And then I work from 5:45 until 12 or 1. I have my lunch, then I go to the gym. And then usually, because most of my clients are in Europe, then after the gym, I come back and then I do my meetings.
Interesting. What do you think that made you succeed in what you're doing? Because I know a lot of people would start a business, a lot of people would start a digital nomad, but not everybody succeeds.
Under promise and over deliver, and also be ruthless in what you want in your goals. So go after it without doubt.
Maybe do you have a last tip for the beginner? Like the beginner that is now doing a 9-to-5 job, is sick and tired of his job, and is like, oh my God, I want to go to Bali. I want to connect with high level people. What would be your number one tip to get started?
I would say to that person, think in solutions, not in obstacles, because there's a reason that you feel the urge to not be in a 9-to-5 and to come to Bali. So whatever it takes, make it happen.
Thank you. And where can people find you? Like if there's an e-commerce brand that wants to have content that generates 100K, or if there are people that are inspired by your story and they want to follow you, where can they follow you?
Well, if you want to find me, you have to come to BeWork Bali. I'm here every day. But you can also find me on Instagram. I'm not necessarily posting a lot of business content, but if you really want to connect with me to have like some high converting ads that make a difference, then you can connect me on Instagram.
All right. Thank you so much. Hi, who are you and what do you do?
My name is Anton and I'm co-founder of a startup. It helps people to build personal brands on LinkedIn. LinkedIn.
No way. Interesting. Because Anton, I've met you a while ago, and I think you've pivoted a few times. Can you tell us more about why you pivoted and why pivoting is important as a digital nomad?
Yeah, I do a lot of different stuff. Mostly I do startups. All my last 8 years, I built different startups. Most of them I successfully failed. And in startup, it's like important to iterate, try different ideas as fast as possible. And if you see the idea doesn't work, you just switch and pivot to another one. So I built different ideas. Like 2 years, I sold one of my startup. It was like successful try.
Congrats.
Yeah, and after that, I tried again new ideas. Tried like agency stuff, built chatbots, like different things. And right now, I'm building LinkedIn tool because I realize I use it myself. Helpful for me. I love it, and I see potential there.
Interesting. What is your background? Like, what did you study?
It's engineering. I used to work as an employee in a very boring space. I had good salary, I had good job, but I wasn't happy. I was very like exhausted. I didn't like the job I did. So I started to do some side hustle. One time I just focused all my attention on building startups, and after that, I just quit. And I think I built like 20 different startups in these 8 years. Most of them failed, but one of them was successful, and it's already enough to keep going and try others.
At the end of the day, just one thing has to work. I think a lot of entrepreneurs actually do a lot of things. Like Elon Musk, he tried a lot of stuff, but we only remember the things that were successful. Right. When you say build, is it like building with code or is it no code? Like
during this journey, I learned code, so I can do it with code. But right now, sometimes I'm thinking like maybe I can just switch and use no code tools, because Bubble quite good platform for building like a lot of different things. And basically right now, people have much more opportunities than like 8 years ago because they can use not code tools.
Would you recommend the people that want to become a digital nomad that it's important to learn coding, or you say like with those no code tools, they have sufficient enough to build?
This is a really good question, and I think there is no right answer because it depends on personalities. For some people, it will be useful because they will really enjoy it. For other people, I think that right now, like distribution matters more and more, and find the way how to promote products. It's really important because building something, it's more easier right now with AI and no-code tools, because AI can help like build like even like code applications. I see two main areas for people who want to build startup. It's like one area is like you either like learning how to build it. Another area is like how to promote it, how to find your customers. Maybe like more marketing side, like content creation.
Is that also the reason why you now went more into building personal brand for LinkedIn, because you notice how important the marketing is of the person itself, of the founder or the CEO?
Yeah, for sure. Like I think that personal branding is a way to find this first traction, first customers, and it's a huge advantage right now because very much believe in founder-led growth. When founder become a personal brand, and you can share your journey during building startup. It's no need to be like super successful like Elon Musk and start building personal brand on this stage. You can build it right now, sharing what you are doing, and you will find your audience. You will find first customers, and I really believe that marketing right now is more important than building product itself. Of course, it depends on the product, yeah.
Sure. And where can people find your product? Is it live already, or is it still in building mode?
Yeah, it's already live. It's posthero.ai.
How does it help people build a personal brand on LinkedIn?
First, we have library of viral posts. People can get inspired on our platform, and like first step, like get inspiration, get good ideas, what's working right now on LinkedIn. And second part, we use like AI for creating viral posts, and in very different ways. Right now, I use very much voice assistant. For example, I can record my voice, like my thoughts, like I want to create post about this, and like it will generate you viral post according to templates on our platform. It's just easier to create content, no need to type it.
So actually, people can start building their personal brands with maybe 10 minutes per day and post it on LinkedIn?
Yeah, for sure, yeah. And yes, they can use LinkedIn, they can use any other platforms, but if you like building, especially like B2B startup, I think LinkedIn is a really great place, good organic reach, very like good user base to find your potential clients.
Even now I'm thinking like, okay, whoa, that's such an interesting tool. As a content creator, like it's just like sometimes we get stuck, and if we find inspiration and we see what's working, it just takes so much time away from trying things that are not working.
Yeah, true. Like finding ideas like really important, because market is very fast. Like something that worked last month probably right now already doesn't work.
What's the price of it?
First one $19, the second one most popular like $29, so it's very affordable.
Yeah. And would you say that your business models from now or in the past are more like build it to then exit and sell it, or how do you see that?
Right now I'm focusing more on building cash flow business. Like I just want to build business that generates money.
Interesting. And could you also like just walk us through how a day in your life looks like?
6 a.m. I am already going to be work. I do some short, maybe like 20-30 minutes focused work, like planning the day. Then I go to gym, then go to breakfast, then go to be work already. Like I'm starting to work around 8 a.m. I love B-work because it's like great space to find new people, great just vibe, everything. So like 12 p.m. I had lunch, then go back to work until like 5 p.m. At 5 p.m. I go to sunset, to the beach, it's like very close. So just to take break and enjoy sunset, enjoy the nature. After that, sometimes I go to dinner, or maybe I will go back to, most of the time, I will be honest, most of the time I go back to B-work and I work until maybe 8 p.m. So yeah, that's my schedule.
Okay, and how much do you think you spend roughly in a month living here in Bali?
I think around 2,500, like 2,000, 2,500, something around that, yeah.
And why did you choose to be in Bali?
I just love this place. There are three main things I love here. It's first nature, great nature. There's a lot of different places to visit. Second, it's great infrastructure because there are so many good, well-developed things like gyms, cafes, restaurants, co-working spaces. And third is like people. There are really a lot of cool, great people. It's this combination, like it's nature, well-developed infrastructure with good price, and people, like the three combination.
Yeah. Interesting. Thank you for sharing that. And for anybody that's watching right now and they're like same like you were, like in their job, they're stuck, they're making good money, but yet they still don't like it. What would you recommend for them, like the first step to take right now that is actionable, that they can do to get one step closer to their dream life?
Yeah, in the beginning, what I did, like I didn't know what to make, like what to build. So I started to spend like 30 minutes per day. I had a routine, 30 minutes per day. I will research and ideate about what I can do. Like I started to read more about different ideas. I started to think more when I'm working on my business, on ideation, what I want to do, like to come up with what to do next. And when I have the idea what to do next, I already like have time to work on this idea. Like the first step, like do like marketing research, like find potential clients, try to ideally find someone who might be interested in your product before building the product. Just to ask about like the experience, how they solve this problem. Like there's like one very great book I love. It's Mom Test. It's about like how to interview potential customers. The proper way to ask questions is asking about the past. How did you do that before, to understand better their needs. And I think it's important to do. It's my way. I think it's important to do what you really love.
Thank you so much, man. That was so cool, bro. Who are you and what do you do?
So I'm Silas, I'm 25 and I'm building my fintech.
Okay, Silas, you're 25. How come you're here in Bali already?
Actually, some friends lived here in Bali, and after I studied, so after I finished my master's, just said I want to build my own company and want to join them. I mean, it's a great environment for entrepreneurs, I think.
For sure. And are your friends already entrepreneurs, or what are they doing here?
Yeah, they are all in e-com, I have to say. But I mean, e-com is fun, but I want to do something else.
Yeah.
I'm interested in finance.
That's so interesting. And what made you want to do this, especially after work? So usually when people graduate, especially from university with a master's degree, their normal path would be to go work for Deloitte or something.
Yeah, that's the normal path. Yeah. You're right. I don't know, it wasn't too appealing to me to work in a 9 to 5, or actually in finance, it's more like 9 to 9 or 9 to midnight, I don't know. And in the end, I think it's more fulfilling to build your own thing. I mean, right now I have to say my income is lower than I would have taken the job, but so more fulfilling to do your own thing. For me at least.
Yeah. Weren't you scared?
I mean, you have to take risk, right?
Sure, for sure. And did you have like any savings just as a backup in case something goes wrong?
Yeah, I have some backups. I was doing like freelancing stuff and web development stuff during my studies, so I have a backup in case something goes wrong. But right now I'm still comfortable.
And you're building a SaaS. Are you coding it yourself?
Yes. I mean, with Claude and ChatGPT, you can do anything.
Really? So you would say, oh, that's so cool. So would you say that whatever you're doing right now, you should have gone to university?
It certainly helped to get the business fundamentals, but it depends. You don't have to do it, I guess.
Can you walk us through a day in the life?
It's not too spectacular. I just wake up, go to B-work, and then maybe dinner with friends, and then maybe go back to B-work, and then go to bed again.
All right, that's amazing. And if somebody has the same aspirations as you do, right? If somebody's listening and they just recently graduated and they want to start this life as a digital nomad, what would you recommend them?
I don't know. I mean, so many people are stuck in the hamster wheel. How do you say it? They don't take risk, from my opinion. And I know so many people have goals, but they're just not pursuing them because they are so risk averse. And if I have one recommendation, just take a little bit more risk.
I think that's very good advice. Guys, you can play. It doesn't bother. Yeah, it's okay. Also, I think that was it. I think that was perfect. I think you shared a lot of good knowledge with people, and especially for young people that want to become a digital nomad. This guy is taking the risk and is putting his best foot forward to live his dream life. So I think kudos to you, bro.